Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
It's 85 and sunny in Duval. Florida State fans, what are you drinking? Get one for me. I'm T-minus 2 hours away. Plenty coming. Let's grab a taste. Man, it is great to be in Knoll. Yeah, you were held hostage for just a little bit, but that's the world of Jimmy Sexton, and it's his world, and we all live in it. Providing enormous pay raises for Dan Lanning, for Steve Sarkisian, for Kalen DeBoer, and for Florida State's Mike Norvell. He's not going anywhere. 8 more years at Florida State. Going to cost you $10 million a season. And he was quoted as saying earlier today, it's only just begun. We've only just begun. Yeah, one of the great wedding songs of all time. What's a great divorce song? You know, that's what I want to know. What's a great divorce? Because half those marriages end anyway in divorce. And the other half, I mean, sure, you're happy, right? Friday night, 6 o'clock, instead of going out with the boys, celebrating Mike Norvell, celebrating Florida State. Now you're going home to the lovely wife. What are you going to do tonight? Watch Netflix? Sounds like a really good time. No, honestly, have some fun. We're going to have fun here. I'm on an extra dose of happy pills. This is a great, great thing. This is a beautiful day. Don't let it get away. What you don't have, you don't need it now. What you don't know, you can't feel it somehow, right? The rumors were incredible. Yesterday as well with the NCAA dropping just a bomb on God's country, a bomb. It really feels that way. And when I say it, I sound like a whiner. But when others say it, it lends a little bit more, at least in this case, national appeal. A lot of folks that were really surprised, those who I thought have been up and against Florida State over the years, are like, are you kidding me? The latest year with the NCAA, they're going to single out Florida State. So, yeah, it does feel like Florida State is kind of in this thing against everyone else. And as much as Paul Feinbaum will drive Florida State fans crazy, I know Feinbaum, for half my audience or 3/4 of my audience in SEC country, you love Feinbaum. I mean, he's a model as far as his looks. He's a model as far as his preparation and his professionalism. But what he says is law to so many of you. He was dead on when he said it right around Florida State being left out of the college football playoff. People in athletics hate Florida State, and they do. The ACC hates Florida State. The College Football Playoff Selection Committee hates Florida State. The NCAA hates Florida State. The other schools in the Atlantic Coast Conference hate Florida State. So what I think is very cool about all this is there's so much downtime now, right? What is it, day 12? Of January 2024. Embrace it, man. Embrace the heat. Embrace the hate. It's kind of a cool thing. Not many people have it. And what I mean by that is channel it with the mouthpieces. Channel it with those who have some power. It's not the case from Portland, Oregon to Portland, Maine, because Florida State is consistently one of the most popular college football teams, period. People like to watch the brand. Florida State is a popular football team. But I'm talking about these so-called important people who open their mouths or get on their laptops and become very influential with what they are able to do. Embrace all this. There's only been a few teams that has ever been able to take this with them. The New York Yankees, right? Notre Dame, Duke in basketball, the Miami Hurricanes. When Miami was real, man, when Miami had it going on, I mean, you know what it's like. There was such a fear factor. It was like Miami if you've ever been to, well, that's a bad example. I was going to say Augusta. Unfortunately, Augusta, for 99.99999% of us, you'll never get an opportunity to go, right? I was lucky to go once. But my deal is that if you take 2 steps out of Augusta, bro, you're in the streets of Savannah. And it doesn't sound bad. It is. It's brutal. Okay? It's one of the scariest places on this planet. It's kind of like the Los Angeles Coliseum or the old Orange Bowl in Miami. I mean, you walk outside of that particular setting, you get lost, man, you are in a very, very difficult neighborhood, right? That's the way it used to feel when you took on Miami. They'd show up in Tallahassee with that tiny little pep band. It was like a 12-man band, and they had a couple of cheerleaders with them, but they just created fear, and there was hatred. Being hated can be so cool if you embrace it, if you don't try to fight it, okay? Because remember, you are popular by others, but those who have a massive say in the industry are really down on you. As a matter of fact, I saw more people really support them when they were left out, and more people really support them with the NCAA yesterday than I have perhaps in the last several years. So, I'm just giving you a recommendation. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm not telling you exactly how to do it, but and I've always liked that. I always liked in wrestling. I always liked the bad guy. The Magnificent Morocco is my all-time favorite wrestler. I love Blackjack Mulligan and Sergeant Slaughter, and I loved Adrian Adonis and Jesse Ventura. I mean, yeah, everyone likes the face. Everyone likes the good guy. Give me Bob Backlund. Give me Jimmy Snuka. Give me Andre the Giant. Give me all these great faces. Pedro Morales. I'm like, screw that, man. Give me the bad guy. Give me the villain. Give me someone who's going to mess some stuff up. And that's what Florida State has done right here. But this is good. The one question that I had about Florida State after getting blown out 63-3, and I tweeted it, and unlike others, I live with it. I own it. I thought there was a cloud over Tallahassee, and there still may be. I thought the biggest challenge for Mike Norvell would be, how do you eliminate this cloud? How do you eliminate, feel sorry for us, we got left out, and then we showed up, and half the team didn't play, and you got absolutely destroyed? How do you turn the page? How do you move on from that to focus on getting ready for what is next? Thankfully, there's a tremendous amount of time until now and when camp officially gets underway in August. The second part of all this, I just believe that everything that we've seen, everything that's happened, okay, the 2 5-star flips on signing day, what happened in the bowl game, the way that Norvell has responded in recruiting, the way that Norvell has again gone just absolutely insane with what he's been able to do with the transfer portal, okay? The NCAA coming in, and then that 48-hour window of is he going? And yes, it created unrest for you and a panic for you, and everyone's going to handle things differently. I feel that JJ and I, right here on our show, I feel like we steered you in the right direction. Spoke with a lot of people about that, a lot of former players. My buddy Big Game James Coleman, told me straight out yesterday, he ain't leaving. Okay, I spoke with others as well, and it was a little bit of a mixed bag, but most were of the opinion, and some of that was based on sources and on facts. It was, he's not leaving. He's going to get paid, and he earned that paycheck. But I think after everything that has happened, I almost feel like that tweet that I had after the blowout in the Orange Bowl, I don't know if I feel that way. And it's only been 2 weeks. I can't, I'll be interested to see what I feel like in 2 months. I'll be interested to see what I feel like, after the spring game and after they wrap up spring ball in April. So it's a really good day for Florida State. And, in the world of college football now, there's going to be some downtime. College football cannot keep your attention. It cannot satisfy your appetite 12 months a year like we have in the National Football League. We just can't without rehashing the same old story here and there. As I've said all along, I think for you fans out there that love the Jags, which are most of our listeners, this is going to be simply the most exciting and most outrageous offseason that we have ever had. If I was to bring in 10 members of the media and ask them to give me the top 5 decisions that this football team has to make, I feel pretty confident that Josh Allen would be 1 across the board. After that, 2 through 5, respectfully from those 10, I think it would be totally different. And it's just going to be fabulous. I mean, it really is. Obviously, they're still in pursuit of a defensive coordinator. They've already been, not allowed to interview a couple of different coordinators, both out in Carolina and Baltimore, respectively. But 3 other names have popped up, including a former Gator and Marquand Manuel. Shane Brown, Chris Harris, among others, and I would think more to come. Still haven't heard anything on Leslie Frazier. Still haven't heard anything on Wink Martindale. But as this process continues to develop and something could come in tonight, we will absolutely keep you in the know. So it's good to have you with us. It is a Friday edition, headed towards the weekend. And again, for Florida State fans, and I love this too, because whenever and it's fine. If I wanted to ignore it or avoid it, I wouldn't mention it. But that's not the way I'm wired. Whenever I get in the Norvell like this, I'm always going to get 1 or 2 obligatory. Hey, Ballou, you wanted him fired. Everyone listening who's a Florida State fan wanted that man fired after Jacksonville State. The difference between me and them is I own it, and I'll never walk away from it, okay? It was terrible. It was brutal. Frankly, it's unforgivable, all right? So I'm never going to backtrack. I'll own it. And there you have it. Do I want him to be the coach of that team now? Absolutely. If you've heard me all along, he's not perfect. He has made a lot of mistakes. But at the age of 41, I think his best coaching is ahead of him. He had his best recruiting class. He's having another very good transfer portal class. I'm right a lot, I'm wrong a lot. I don't know what it is in this profession that petrifies people to show that you're human, to show that you're vulnerable, just like everyone else, to admit, hey, I was wrong. You know, there are times I'm right. Quincy Williams. I lost my stuff. Why are they cutting Quincy Williams, the guy that's made the Pro Bowl? Okay? They've drafted 3 linebackers since. One of them can't even get on the field. And Chad Muma, this same organization, this same decision maker, you cut a 3rd-round pick. I know he was injured here. I get it. And the way that Jacksonville's scheme is different than the way that the New York Jets. I get all of that. I get it. Robert Saleh happened to think pretty highly of him, didn't he? Didn't Robert Saleh have him here at one point as the linebackers coach under Todd Wash? Pretty interesting stuff, really. So we got a lot to do here tonight, and it's going to be a blast. Our final show before the weekend. We're about 20 minutes away. Make that about 30 minutes away from going to Las Vegas. We're going to check in with the Philly Rooster. It is wild card weekend, 6 games, and I get it. For you, a Jaguar fan, this is awful, okay? You should be playing. You should have a home game here either tomorrow or Sunday against the Cleveland Browns. You do not. And to make matters worse, there still feels like this organization is caught in quicksand, right? There's been a lot of rumors, a lot of stuff out there. Bulky wants this. Peterson wants that. Trevor Lawrence wants this. And I'm happy. I would expect this. There should be unhappiness. There should be a division. I don't expect Trent Baalke and Doug Peterson for this to be a happy marriage right now. Baalke never wanted Peterson, right? Baalke wanted Eberflus or Leftwich or whoever. So it's not even his guy. and you're not playing his second and third round pick like Strange and Bulk and Tank, although Tank got a lot of burn in that final game. You're not last two games actually more than he had. He didn't even play against Tampa. I mean, that's just so outrageous. It really is. I mean, just the one-word definition of the 2023 Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, why don't you give me that right now? 641-1010 on the text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. I don't think you can give me a better word to describe the Jaguars this year than miscommunication. Give me a better word. Just one word. 641-1010 on the text line. Can you give me a better one right now, JJ, to begin the show than miscommunicate? Maybe you go Led Zeppelin with two words. Maybe you go communication breakdown.
I'm going to go with regression.
Okay. I like it. I can't believe I just said communication breakdown because that's two words. You know what our listeners are going to do now? Give me 7, 8, 9, 10 words, paragraph, war and peace. Miscommunication. I absolutely believe there's something going on there. I mean, there's no explanation for Doug Peterson not playing Tank Bigsby at the end of the Tampa game when you're down 30-6. See what he's got. And do you agree that maybe didn't you see a little something in game 16 and 17 that made you say, maybe there's a chance for Tank in 2024 after, and again, I listen to you religiously. You were done with him. Okay, it's like you were done with Tyson Campbell. There are 8 games into his rookie year. You guys were done with Tank. Didn't you honestly feel that way? Oh, maybe there is a little bit something there. He was apparently supposed to get that ball at goal line during miscommunication. When Trevor Lawrence called his own number, but there was miscommunication where you had your starting center and right guard pulling to the right, and Trevor Lawrence running straight into the gap where there was not one Jaguar player. So it is baffling. It's rumor. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I would expect them to be at odds. 9-8 wasn't good enough. Not when you're 8-3. So, yeah, it was Tank. It was Trent Baalke. He had his fingerprints all over the release of Quincy Williams. There's no question about it. So, give me that to get things started. One word. Again, I hate to be the guy, but I think it's going to be difficult to come up with a better term than miscommunication. JJ just offered up regression, which is a pretty good one as well. All right, let's get things started with the good folks over at Shmunez Vision. Here we are, already 2 weeks into January. Time is flying. When is the last time you've had your eyes checked, right? And what's it like when you go to the eye doctor? It's one of those deals where you go in, you wait, you're supposed to see him at 1. They finally get to you around, 1:35, 1:40. They're running behind, and they get to you, and it's like, do this, do that, blink, yeah, get him in, get him out. It's almost like taking it to an auto dealer and getting an oil change. We're talking about your eyes. Shmunez Vision, the best around. They care. They're going to bring in less clientele because they spend more time with them. And families go there, and they come back. They absolutely come back. I know I do. Been going there forever. 8.5 years. Found a problem in my right eye. Had surgery by Dr. Neil Shmunez. Issues you may have right now with your eyes. The weather's changed, right? A beautiful day today, as we know, 85 and sunny, but the rest of the week's been kind of off. And does that have an effect on your eyes? You're driving home now after work. Your eyes are not nearly as strong as they were when you got up this morning. It's all normal, but you have to take care of them. What they have is just out of this world. You're talking about more than 30 years experience when it comes to laser eye surgery, and they offer so much more. Just go to the website, shmunezvision.com. Care you can see. Everything is explained to you right there. shmunezvision.com. Please take care of your eyes. I mean that. I think it's one part of our body that we don't spend as much time with. And I do recommend them highly. All right. We got plenty to do. JJ LaSalva, let's check in with him on the other side. Let's come back, talk about this wild and crazy day in the world of college football. Did Alabama get there, man? It's little known about Kalen DeBoer, right? Certainly in these parts, the closest he's ever been to Tuscaloosa is Indiana. I mean, look at his resume. It's absolutely out of this world. But he's a young coach, and they certainly feel as though they got the right guy. We'll come back. We'll talk about that. Got plenty of pro football stuff to get into, including the latest on the Jaguars and their defensive coordinator search. All of that coming up on Into the Night.
It began with a dream.
Got my first job when I was 11. Worked every day since.
And turned into 1010 XL.
Isn't that what American Dream's all about?
Right now, save big at Key Buick GMC, like $15,000 off the new GMC trucks. Need some low APR rates? Key Buick GMC has them. Rates as low as 0.9% for 36 months, 3.9% for 48 months, 4.9% for up to 60 months, and 6.9% APR for 72 months. And no payments up to 90 days, that's 3 months. No payments, that's Key Buick GMC. We are professional grade, located at the corner of Southside and Gate, or visit KeyBuickGMC.com.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a Dandy. And do it today.
15,000 workers. I'm Brian Rose from Remedy Staffing. We survey 15,000 blue-collar workers each year to better understand what drives quality and dependability in our workforce. The survey shows when looking for a new job, the initial pay rate, job security, and safety while working are the most important factors for hourly workers. If you're an employer and would like to learn more about the voice of the blue-collar worker, please call us at 904-528-1933.
Get closer to nature.
I'm Jeff Logner with Captain Kevin and Captain Kirk. We take you from the water to the woods.
The Nimnicht Outdoor Show, presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services, 7 to 10 every Saturday morning on 1010XL.
Ever wonder how you can transform your living spaces into captivating works of art? At First Coast Lighting and Fans, they offer a huge selection of high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness. Visit their showroom on Phillips Highway at the Avenues and step into a world of quality without compromise. Discover the difference that locally owned expertise makes and let them help you experience the transformation from average to extraordinary. At First Coast Lighting and Fans.
We're in Florida and pest problems are persistent. Want them gone? Mission accomplished with Mission Pest Solutions. Veteran and locally owned and operated, Mission Pest will blow your mind with their communication and response time for all your pest, termite, and mosquito needs. Text or call 904-944-PEST. You'll speak directly with the owners. Mention 1010XL when you call 944-PEST. You'll get 25% off your initial pest or termite protection service. Mission accomplished with Mission Pest Solutions.
How many points are there on the Statue of Liberty? The answer coming up.
If you haven't stayed on top of your coverage responsibilities for your family's home, you really should review it annually. Renew with confidence or call us and let Southern Oak answer your questions. We'll save you money.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
There are 7 points on the crown of the Statue of Liberty, referencing all 7 continents.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
W's and L's are what it's all about in football season, and you know you want to be a winner. Well, don't forget about calling Florida Home AC at 777-4300 before all your friends come over and that AC or heating unit conks out. You'll have that L on your forehead, and that sticks. Make sure your AC can handle the heat and invite the gang over for a win. Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, with prompt and quick service to make sure you stay cool in the heat and warm in the winter.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. It's getting chilly outside, but you can enjoy the outside inside with a new glass lanai from Lifetime Enclosures, or look ahead and get that backyard ready for spring with a new screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are the best in the business. Give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Run pass, block left, block right, 2 tires, 4 tires. Lay up, go for the stick. Pinch. Never mind. I'm out in a hockey town. You don't know what pinch means. Give me one word. This would be 2 from Zepp. I'm going with miscommunication, not communication breakdown. The great J.J. LaSelva went with regression. And I like it.
Which I believe we saw from the coaching staff as well as the star quarterback, as well as lots of players on the roster this year.
What's coming up with us as far as programming?
So at 6:45-ish, if you want to continue or if you want to listen to JU UNF, that's when their pregame show will be starting on 1010 a.m. and the 1010 app. If you want to continue listening to us, which we hope you do, we're on 92.5 FM and, of course, the 92.5 app, as well as YouTube, which is my preferred way of listening.
Yeah, I've been diving into YouTube a little bit. Need to get better, but it's certainly a lot better than what I did a year ago. Let me pull it up right now. UNF favored by 5.5 tonight, total 144.5. I don't know what they're getting over at Joey's Pool Hall right now, and if the odds are different there. But UNF favored, and they're 8-9 on the year. JU 9-7. As far as Linux Sun conference play, UNF 1-1. Jacksonville 0-2. If you want to watch the game, keep it on AM, or listen to the game, keep it on AM 1010, and absolutely enjoy the River City Rumble. If you want to listen to us, as JJ just said, grab the 92.5 app, go to 92.5 on your radio dial, or pull us up on YouTube. And that is how you can do it. Look at the words coming in. Unmotivated, incompetence, cluster, lost. I don't even know what that word is from the 5840. Trying to figure it out. Uninspired, underperforming. Got a bunch of wrestling stuff in here. King Kong Bundy, The Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, that's right. I went off on a little bit of a wrestling reference earlier. I've always liked the bad guy. Am I the only one out there like the bad guy? And I'm not talking about now in life because we get angry and you like bad things, but even as a kid, right?
Like Vader.
I mean, I was, listen.
Everybody liked Darth Vader.
I was like, Mommy, Daddy, I've been a good boy this year. What's Santa bringing me? By the way, I can't wait to see Blackjack Mulligan put the claw on Andre the Giant. My parents were like, what's wrong with him? He's supposed to watch cartoons and cry when Bambi's mom dies and want the good guys to win. I'm like, no, I want the bad guys to win. I do read these novels now because I can't find any more good true crime books. I've read them all. So I just read the I read C.J. Box, and I read the Prey series by John Sanford, and I read a lot of stuff by James Patterson. Oh, I'm trying to think of the last one I just read. I just read 3 of them. I think his last name is Shea. Maybe if my GF is listening, she'll tell me. But and for the most part in every one of these books, the cop gets the bad guy at the end. But since it is fiction, do you ever find yourself rooting for the bad guy? Do you ever find yourself wanting, him to get away? And I'm not talking about like Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers or stuff like that. I'm talking about real legitimate criminals. And it's not because I want bad things to happen, but it's different, right? I mean, the whole world wants a happy ending. What's better than a happy ending? No matter what. We watched that new one that came out on Netflix. What's the one with all the rage? I couldn't get into it because it was based in London. And the way those people talk just drive me insane. Can you imagine living in London, having to deal with that accent?
Downton Abbey? I mean, that's not new.
No, it's like, for the love of, what have you, Don't Fool Me Once, maybe? Was that it? Fool Me Once? It's kind of like...
Yes, Fool Me Once is a television thriller series set in the UK.
The GF loved it. I gave it like a half an eye. I was reading and doing everything else. I just couldn't get into it. It feels like every show now, once you're in the middle of a scene, you've got to go back in time. Seriously, is there been a show written where you are just in the now and you stay in the now? No, everything takes you back into earlier in life. Have you noticed that about the writing lately in Hollywood?
Like a flashback episode, or that the show is based in the past?
They like take you to the past to tell you where they are now and explain what happened a decade ago or whatever.
And they'll do a whole series. Like Yellowstone has 2 prequel series, like 18 whatever and 1902.
Yeah. So they, like at the very end of the show, and I guess I won't spoil it for you if you haven't seen it.
Does the queen die?
But it isn't necessarily a happy ending.
Okay, I like that.
And, well, I look up and it's like 18 years later, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, they're going to put 18 years on this girl? How are they going to pull that off? Because she looks a little bit like, to me, the main actress. She looks like the girl from formerly of Good Morning Football. We were talking about her off air.
Kay Adams.
She does. She looks a little bit like Kay Adams.
Michelle Keegan.
Mm-hmm. She does a nice job. Again, I didn't give it my full attention. Yeah. I can't do films based in London. I can't do anything in London.
Now, do you guys put the closed captioning on when you watch English shows?
I don't watch them.
Oh, okay.
They're basically angry. The weather's terrible. And...
yeah, what about Snatch?
That accent. Yeah, never really got into Snatch. Did I miss out?
Whoa! Yes. Snatch is a great film. You would love that movie.
Maybe I'll go back and watch it.
Yeah, maybe turn the subtitles on.
Okay. Jaguar fans have gone from, I'm never going to do it again. That's it. I'm done. I love it. That's my favorite thing in sports. That's it. I'm done. You didn't fire Balky. That's it. I'm not renewing my tickets. Every single one of you, you're going to renew your tickets. You're going to go back, okay? I understand fans. I'm one. I understand you. And that's what gets everyone out there wanted Mike Norvell fired when he lost 4 straight, when he lost to Jackson. You come back, right? You're going to come back to this Jaguar team. These weeks and months are going to go by. They're going to make some decisions in free agency. They're going to make some decisions in the NFL draft. They obviously are going to have to restructure a lot of contracts. You're going to come back. And then you're going to get with your buddies or you're going to get with your wife and you're going to say, it's time to go to the obligatory Jaguar road game. Great Jaguar fans do that. They pick one game a year. It's a brilliant idea. It's a lot of fun. Let me be the first to tell you right now, don't go to London. It's awful. It's terrible. I can't say one good thing about London outside of maybe some hole-in-the-wall dive bars, which I enjoyed, that were around Wembley when we stayed there year after year after year. It's just So overrated. If you put overrated and underrated into categories, the most overrated part of the Jacksonville Jaguars is London. So don't waste your time going over there. I mean, go to Indianapolis, for crying out loud. Go to Nashville. Go to Houston. Go to anywhere else on the road. Here's a guy who gives it one word. You know what he said? 6476, he says Jaguars. I like it.
That's mean.
Choke.
But I'll allow it.
Pretenders. I don't know what that word is. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to get in trouble, especially on a Friday. How about an exclusive on Into the Night? Where'd he go?
Milk Toast is a good one. We had a caller said dysfunctional, uninspired, lost, unmotivated.
My buddy Woody says K Adams is my jam.
Yeah, I
Now,
agree.
help me out. I'm a little bit older than you. Is jam a good thing?
It's like saying I'm assuming he means it like, when you say, oh, that's my jam, like when a song comes on. Oh, I love this song. Like, yeah, K Adams, I'm into that. I like that.
Okay.
I'm a fan.
A lot of husbands and wives, like secretly, it's like their own little handshake. They allow like one cheat. It's like if you were given the opportunity, well, we've already made this agreement that if this guy went after my wife, I'd allow it. And
when
then
most of the time
if this girl went after my husband, and it's like the hottest one in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know this.
Oh, Jennifer Aniston. Oh, wow. You would cheat on your wife with Jennifer Aniston. Okay. Most of these animals out there are actually cheating on their wives with, like, the fat girl at work. So, like, of course you would cheat on her with Jennifer Aniston, sir.
Discombobulated from my buddy Chad as well. Hey, real quick, I'm not going to out the person because I have respect.
Led Zeppelin's from London. That's true.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I love music. I love music from London.
Yes.
Right. I absolutely love. I mean, my favorite bands are from over there. U2 from Ireland. Led Zeppelin from London. Pink Floyd. The Rolling Stones. My highest ranked American band of all time is Bruce from New Jersey. And then the Doors from Los Angeles. I got the Who. The Police. Britain. London, Ireland, absolutely. Oh, no doubt. But would you ever want to live there? I mean, look outside right now. That's London. Cold and rainy. If you want to do that, you might as well move to Seattle. Move to Portland. I don't want to out the guy, but this is one of the greatest stories of all time. And it fits into the category of, my wife and I, we have this agreement that we're allowed one cheat. Decades ago, there was a girl at a local golf course here in town who was getting ready to leave, a cart girl, and she was moving to another city. I don't know what it was. She was getting married, whatever it was. And a friend of mine said to her, well, we ought to hook up and do the nasty before you leave. And she looks at him and says, I could never do such a thing. You're married. And he responds and he says, I could tell my wife and she wouldn't believe me.
Hilarious.
I thought it was one of the great.
Hilarious.
But if you actually were there for the correspondence.
It's a great line.
And you saw this man compared to seeing this woman, okay? I mean, we're not talking about an even match here. We're not talking about an even match as far as the eyes are concerned. We're not talking about an even match as far as age was concerned. And it was it was just brilliant, man. So many great things happen on a golf course. No wonder all you wives out there can't stand it when your husbands go out and play golf. All 152 golfers hit on the one cart girl. Something to be very alerted about. Speaking of which, I was over at Cimarron yesterday. I didn't play, but had a nice lunch right there in their brand new clubhouse, restaurant, bar area. They've totally redone the greens, totally redone the tee boxes, the fairways, incredibly affordable price right there on 210. Again, I still get them daily, but I want more. As soon as this weather cleans up a little bit, I want you to give Cimarron an opportunity, then get to me at 641-1010 on the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. I think you're going to be absolutely blown away by the improvements, the new ownership, and the money that has been put into this course. And be honest with me, as I know you always are, and let me know what you think. I would not be telling you this if I didn't believe in it. Okay? It's as simple as that. I wouldn't put my name on it. It's all part of the 210 Mafia, and that's always a great thing. Nice golf courses right there down 210. You got to give – see, because golf courses can be like a restaurant, right? If you go and you have a bad experience, you're not going to go back, right? A lot of people look at Cimarron and say, no way, man. That place was a dog track the last time I was out there. The place was awful. And there's some credence to that. New ownership, new money, a totally new looking golf course with the improvements they've made. Go out there, give it a shot, and let me know. 641-1010. The Philly Roosters coming up next. Let's go to Vegas and check the money.
Your home for Florida Gators basketball is 1010XL.
It's a Saturday afternoon in Arkansas. Gators Razorbacks at 4 on 1010XL. Start your 2024 off right. Join the Jacksonville Business Journal in partnership with Fifth Third Bank and Franklin Street for the 2024 Economic Outlook, January 24th. It's an afternoon dedicated to the latest information, including national and regional trends impacting our economy. You'll hear updates from Jeff Korzenik, Fifth Third Bank's chief economist, and Tony DeSisto, Franklin Street's COO. And you'll have a chance to network with business leaders from our community. Learn more and get tickets at jbjevents.com.
Lauren Brooks here from Mayport CNC Fisheries. Want the freshest seafood in town? From mahi to tuna to scallops to oysters. Mayport CNC Fisheries is in Atlantic Beach. Do what I did. Go enjoy Mayport CNC Fisheries.
Is your vehicle in need of some TLC? Bring it to the experts at Tire Outlet. With over 40 years of experience in 15 locations across Florida, Tire Outlet is the brand you can trust. Our certified technicians do the job right to get you in and out in no time flat. Hurry in for great deals on tires and automotive service. We offer free tire rotations, free brake inspections, rebate offers on brand name tires, and a legendary price match guarantee on every set of brand new tires. Tire Outlet, wholesale prices, premium service.
This is Hayes Carline for SkyLife Elite. Are you tired of canceled flights, unruly passengers, and layovers? Call my friends at SkyLife Elite. Consider using private charter flights for your next adventure. Yes, you can afford it. Make your own schedule. Fly direct. Drive your car to Craig Airport and get directly on the plane. SkyLife Elite can make that happen. Call 490-9332, go to flyskylife.com, and find them on social media. Fly SkyLife Elite, North Florida's premier private air charter.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On January 12, 2013, the Mile High Miracle took place as Joe Flacco heaves a 70-yard touchdown pass to Jacoby Jones to beat the Broncos in overtime.
Hey there, Jacksonville. This is Jeff Norman.
And I'm Mike Jones.
And we're the owners of Duck Duck Rooter and want to wish you a Happy New Year.
As we dive into 2024, remember that Duck Duck Rooter is here for all your plumbing, AC, and septic needs.
No matter the size of the project or issue, we've got your back.
So, for a worry-free year, trust our team experts at Duck Duck Rooter.
Call us today at 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckrooter.com.
Happy New Year, Jacksonville. We are here for you.
Hayes Carline here. Tired of missing out on the conversation due to hearing loss? At Jacksonville Hearing and Balance, their team of audiologists led by Dr. Douglas Green can help you rediscover the joy of connection. Visit jhbi.org today.
Ready to turn game day into payday? Head to Aces Sports Bar in Best Bet St. Augustine for the ultimate win. Catch all the NFL and college football games on our big screens and play your hand at the tables. Plus, anytime a touchdown is scored, someone wins $100 during select games with Best Bet St. Augustine's Lucky Seat Cash giveaway. Visit bestbetjacks.com for full details.
Now, the Florida State Seminole Report, brought to you by your local Ag Pro, your home team.
Florida State head coach Mike Norvell has been named the winner of the Paul Bear Bryant Coach of the Year award. Norvell is the first FSU head coach to receive the honor. In his fourth season at Florida State, Norvell led the Seminoles to the 7th undefeated regular season in program history, an ACC championship game win over Louisville, and produced a third 13-win season in FSU history. I'm RJ Saunders with your Ag Pro. Seminole Report.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Are you curious about QC Kinetics? Let me tell you what we do.
That's Dr. Daniel Zuckerman, a medical director at QC Kinetics.
We treat people who have joint pain, and we use your body's healing properties, the things that you already have in you, in your blood, to heal your knee pain, your joint pain, your shoulder pain, your back pain. You have everything that you need in you already.
The same natural process that heals a cut on your finger also works inside your body.
And so what we do at QC Kinetics is take those healing properties, concentrate them down from your body and put them where they need to go. We are the experts in regenerative medicine. That's all we do.
And best of all, there's no surgery, no downtime, or harmful drugs.
This is the future of medicine.
And your consultation is completely free. Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's ring up another guest on the All-Pro Roofing phone line.
Las Vegas is where we go. He is the Philly Rooster. Joins us each and every Friday right here on Into the Night with Rick Ballou. Mr. Rooster, how are you, sir?
Rick, how you doing, my friend? I'm ready for the playoff weekend.
Do you ever play any of these coaching props where the next coach is going to go?
I generally don't. The Philly Godfather is amazing at the futures and the props. I kind of follow him a little bit. But there's been times in the past where you get a little inside information. You try to hit it. But the limits are very low. And I don't like any odds where they don't give you two-sided action.
Yeah.
So just for instance, if they used to tell me the Cowboys are 20-1 to win the Super Bowl, I want to say, okay, I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, so what do I have to lay, against the field? And they don't do that in futures. It's just they just give you a number they make up.
Yeah. You've been doing this forever. Can you think of 2 days like you just saw with Saban and Belichick and Pete Carroll and Mike Vrabel let go the way they were?
Nothing ever like it. And out of left field, the Andy Reid thing shocked me in Philly because he had one bad year going 4-12, and one of his kids died, for Christ's sake, and Philly ran him out of town, and that shocked me, but I kind of knew it was coming. These three, the Pete Carroll thing blows my mind. I think more than the Vrabel thing. Seattle's viable. They're a good team. I don't get it. I think all three of these teams are in for some bad times.
All right, last question before the games, but I know you're very well connected, and that certainly includes Philadelphia. It feels like they could be a mystery team for Belichick, and a lot of people are kind of sniffing around the NFC East. If Sirianni or McCarthy was to lose this weekend, could you see Belichick in Philly or Dallas?
Yeah, well, Philly's a weird football town because, well, I just mentioned the Andy Reid thing, and just think of Doug Peterson. Guy wins a Super Bowl after 50 years, finally gives us a Super Bowl, and the town could not wait to run him out of town. And Jeffrey Lurie listens to the fans. It's bizarre. But the one thing we have going for us is the greatest executive that has ever lived. And when you have Howie Roseman, you can kind of plug and play coaches because you're going to get amazing deals and a team delivered to your doorstep. So I wouldn't be against the Belichick thing. I think Sirianni's more of a clapper guy, kind of like Jason Garrett. And I think you give us Belichick, put together a defense here, and it could be worth a couple rings.
Yeah, Roseman's interesting, man. He gets into it with the fans, home and away. He doesn't turn his back on anything, but a very interesting guy and obviously a very good decision maker there in Philadelphia. All right, let's look at the games. Let's begin tomorrow. Cleveland at Houston. We thought this game would be here in Jacksonville. Obviously, it is not. What do you make here about the Browns? Obviously, they rested some guys a week ago, including Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I mean, this game opened 1.5, 43. It's up to 2.5, 44.5. The public money's on Cleveland here. I mean, 62% of the bets, 64% of the money. You got a Cleveland team that's 4-3 against playoff teams, and Texans are 2-2 against playoff teams, so it's kind of a toss-up there. But I'll tell you, I like the Texans at home here. Home field advantage is huge. Flacco's a turnover machine. That defense is not as good on the road as it is at home. I'm going to take 3 here. I'm waiting. I think the public's going to push this up, and I think the sharp money will be on the Texans.
All right, Cleveland, you think gets to 3. You're going to take Houston to get it done here at home. Tomorrow night, we were just talking a little bit about the weather. My God, the difference between Miami sneaking out of there, then going to Kansas City. It could be a difference of about 50 degrees from South Beach to Kansas City. What do you make of this matchup? And again, both teams, have dealt with some injuries and also have sat out, particularly Kansas City, set out quite a few offensive players last week.
Yeah, this game opened 1.5, 47.5. It's going nowhere but up. Kansas City, it's up to 4.5. The total dropped, obviously, with the weather down to 44. But 58% of the bets and 47% of the money are on Kansas City. And I'll tell you, at 3, I kind of leaned Kansas City. I would have rather seen 2.5. But you're talking about a team that's 1-4 against other playoff teams. Now, Miami is also terrible. They're 1-5. But give me 4.5 here in crazy weather on a Miami team that, they're not prolific at running, but neither are the Chiefs. I mean, Pacheco, can he get it going? I don't know. I'll just take the points here, take a shot, because that weather's crazy.
Did you say 47% of the money is on Kansas City?
Yeah, so a little less than 50%. So when you see a lot of the bets on one team and the number of the money is on the other team, that tells you that the bigger money, sharper bets are on Miami here.
All right, Philly Rooster. Hey, tell the folks out there how they can get a hold of you and, on Twitter and what have you with all your plays, including it's your time of the year with college hoops underway.
Yeah, I'm at Philly Rooster on Twitter. I left the Philly Godfather temporarily because this college, it just takes up too much of my time, and I don't want to be on there and not give the right information. So kind of taking a hiatus there from the PhillyGodfather.com. But as soon as college basketball is over, I'll be back.
Yeah, I reached out to you. The only surprise that I had more than Nick Saban abruptly leaving is you leaving the Philly Godfather. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, we're lifelong friends, best friends. And I just went to him and I said, look, I'm not doing right by my customers because when I get engrossed into college basketball and I don't have time to tweet as much as I should and give out the information that I should, it's not fair to the customers. So took a hiatus, gave out some refunds, and I'll be back in action in March.
Sounds good. Rams and Lions. Obviously, Matt Stafford returns to Detroit. Let me ask you, what is the pressure on Detroit? You hear Cleveland, you hear Detroit, you think of two old organizations that have never won a Super Bowl. They've struggled once you get into the month of January. Does that apply with this team?
It does. I mean, they're expected to win this game. They're at home against a team, they have a better record. Unfortunately, they're up against a Rams team that's kind of gelling at the right time. But you look at this game, you got a 2-6 team, Rams, against other playoff teams, a Lions team that's 3-4, but there's kind of an asterisk there because of the Dallas game. I mean, I'm sorry, they're 3-3, or they would be 4-2 against playoff teams. So I take that into consideration. And you got 72% of the bets and 88% of the money on the Rams, which to me is crazy on the road. I mean, I know they're playing well, and I know they have a Super Bowl ring under them, but I love the Lions here. This team is much better. They basically beat Dallas at home, who's supposedly the class of the NFC at this point. I'm big on the Lions here. It's one of my biggest bets of the weekend.
All right, there you have it. Taking Detroit at home, and that'll be the final game coming up on Sunday night, and then we will have 3 days worth of football Monday night. Philadelphia goes to Tampa Bay. Your thoughts here?
Yeah, this game opened 1.5, 44.5. Philly's getting some love. I have no idea why, as bad as they've been playing, but they're 3 and 43.5 now. About 60% of the bets and 63% of the money is on Philly here. And I hate to do it on live radio, but I got to go with Philly here. I just think Tampa Bay will not be able to get this done. I don't like their quarterback in high-pressure situations. And as bad as the Eagles have looked, if they can put together a win here, it could kind of push them into Dallas, who is a major rivalry team, and be ready to play. So I'm going to go with the Eagles here.
That'd be very interesting coming up in a week, no doubt about that. All right, Philly Roosters, just say goodbye. How do the folks get a hold of you on Twitter?
At Philly Rooster, follow me. I give out the Rooster Hotline games. I'll be giving out a bunch of college stuff all day Saturday as I get time in between firing away.
All right. Best of luck in all your plays, Philly Rooster. Thank you.
Take care, Rick.
There he goes, Philly Rooster. And playing some dogs here. Let's see, 2 dogs, 2 favorites, including one on the road, playing Philadelphia as a favorite on the road at Tampa Bay. JJ and I will make our picks coming up at some point next hour. Yeah, I was really shocked. I mean, Saban got some of you out there with his retirement. When Philly Rooster announced that he was leaving Philly Godfather, I was like, can I still go on? Can I still do a radio show? And I reached out to him, and there's no bad blood. It's the forte for Philly Rooster is college basketball, which on the surface, and JJ, I know I've asked you this before, but just on the surface, I would think that is the hardest sport to handicap because there are so many teams, and it's tough to get information on all
But
these
he
teams.
gave like a good reason why he does that. He's like, if you just can find 1 or 2 conferences that are off the beaten path and just really focus on them the entire season, you're going to be able to find numbers and, that look too good or not good enough or whatever that you probably wouldn't if you're just betting on the Kansases, Michigan States, the big teams, Dukes. So I think that because there is so many teams helps him out because he just picks out, I don't know what, Ohio Valley or whatever. And just focuses on these. Like, imagine being an expert on the Atlantic Sun.
I was thinking about asking him.
UNF versus JU or something like that.
I didn't want to put him on the spot. I know he's really good, but I was going to be, hey, what do you like tonight, UNF or JU? But, I mean, you've got literally a couple hundred of those games that are going on. And, I mean, to be able to – listen, whether you do well or not, getting information on the NFL is easy. Everywhere you go, there is information on the NFL. Trends and everything. College football, big games, easy. The numbers certainly expand, especially against, directional schools and non-conference games. But still, the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, college basketball. And, as I always said, when I worked back in Chicago, good buddy of mine, Peter Brown, he used to have and make the most of his money wagering on the WNBA. And he said the reason for that is that so few people, and this is going back 20 years ago, were invested in it, watched it, studied it, researched it, and there was a lot of money to be made there. So if you are playing, best of luck to you. Again, 6 big games this weekend. JJ and I will make our picks coming up in hour number 2. You can join the program on that. Again, still asking for one word to describe the Jaguars in the 2023 season. I have gone with miscommunication. JJ has gone with regression. We've received a couple hundred of them from you, so it is appreciated. But we'll read some more of these interesting ones as well. Let's come back, talk about this a little bit. Also want to get into what happened today at both Florida State and Alabama. So that's all coming up in our second hour.
1010XL takes you behind the microphone.
All right, get out. one. Get out.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
Get out of here. Good rest, man.
Mornings on 1010XL.
Save big at Key Buick GMC with up to $10,000 off on all new Buick Enclaves or up to $9,000 off new Buick Envisions. Receive really low APR rates like 1.9% APR financing for 36 months, 4.5% for 48 months, or 60 months, 5.4% for up to 72 months. Come on in now to Key Buick GMC and enjoy no payments on the Buicks for 90 days. That's 3 months. Key Buick GMC on the corner of Southside and Gate, KeyBuickGMC.com.
This is Mia for Window Gang. Window Gang is the premier exterior cleaning service in Northeast Florida. They aren't your average window washing service. Nope, they offer pressure washing, gutter cleaning, and more. Quality services, professionalism, and always great prices. Call their super friendly staff now at 262-7300 to schedule your free estimate, and be sure to ask about their New Year specials. Window Gang, service beyond your expectations. 262-7300.
Ready to spice up your Wednesday? Head to Players Grill for Wing Wednesday. Enjoy mouth-watering wings for just 75 cents each. Plus, make it a happy hour all day long. Cheers to unbeatable deals and good times. Players Grill, where the neighborhood meets.
This is Keith Catlin for Catlin Truck Accessories, and we are so blessed to be in business for over 100 years. Over 100 years of the best product and customer service means you can count on Catlin. From Roll and Lock bed covers to Lear toppers to Cam Locker toolboxes, Catlin Truck Accessories has you covered when it comes to your truck or van. We do those too. Got a fleet of vehicles? We can outfit them all.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
One name, one location, 100 years. You can count on Catlin.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Here's Ben and John Lupo, owners of Beard's Diamonds.
It's funny, my dad has sold people engagement rings, and now I'm selling their kids engagement rings and anniversary gifts and birthday gifts.
We're blessed with the relationships we've built over the years.
Check out our full inventory at beardsdiamonds.com.
Beard's Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center.
When you roll into a convenience store for some cold Bud Light, you want to make sure it's, well, cold. Check out the big coolers at Circle K. They make sure it's chilled and ready to go for the big game or party. Swing by Circle K and pick up some cold Bud Light.
The Jacksonville Icemen are back at home this Friday and Saturday for Lizard Kings weekend. That's right, the Icemen will throw it back to the 90s to pay tribute to the Lizard Kings by wearing special themed jerseys. Come out and relive your days from the Reptilian Pavilion, Friday and Saturday at 7 at 5-Star Veterans Memorial Arena. Get tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Icemen hockey is #FireWithin.
Frank Franzi here for Stanley Pools. There's a reason so many of my friends and our listeners have had Stanley Pools build their pools and now maintain their pools, because Stanley Pools truly cares about their customers. Stanley Pools is locally owned and has been serving our community for 35 years. For all of your pool needs, call Stanley Pools at 269-7277. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools. 269-7277, or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com.
Hey, sports fans, it's Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie. It is time to gear up. The NFL playoffs are here, and it's time to get in on the action with MyBookie. Don't just watch. Score big with exclusive boosted odds and huge prize contests that'll have you feeling the Super Bowl fever before it even hits. Whether you're a seasoned pro or ready to roll for the first time, MyBookie is your ticket to turning your sports knowledge into cold, hard cash. MyBookie has the largest online lineup of odds, contests, and Vegas-style casino games, making it your ultimate destination for all types of fun 24/7 right at your fingertips. If you've been waiting for the right time to get in on the action, the wait is over. Make your winning move today and sign up at MyBookie. Use promo code 1010XL to claim your deposit up to $1,000. That's right, 1010XL, for an opportunity to boost your betting power. Join today, MyBookie. Be part of a winning team. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
Now that's what I call high quality H2O. If you want high quality H2O in your home, call your local water boy, Keith, at Kenai Water Jacksonville. That's KENAI Water Jacksonville.
January is always about new year, new me. But this year, instead of wasting money on workout equipment that will eventually be holding up clothes more than shedding fat, or a gym membership card that gets pulled out of your wallet less than your driver's license, why not update that crusty kitchen sink faucet? Or maybe even splurge on a new throne for the bathroom? At Duck Duck Rooter, we are here to transform hapless New Year's resolutions into tangible plumbing upgrades to start the year off right. Contact them today. DuckDuckRooter.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
We've only just begun to live.
Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Ah, yes, you're the one. You've always been the one. Wrong. It's your fourth marriage. We know this is a great wedding song. We want a great divorce song, all right? What's a great divorce song on a Friday night? Asking you people for a lot. One word on the Jags in 2023. Oh, I feel for you people right now, man. Getting out of work. Just a brutal week. No sun. Like, oh, man, I want to go out and have a couple of cocktails with the boys, but no. Time to come home, see the wife, put on Netflix, get up tomorrow morning, do some shopping, maybe clean the debris in your front and backyard. I got a golf time schedule for tomorrow. You know it's going to rain. My last 3 tee times have been rained out. Any idea? JJ's our official meteorologist. He hops on the Doppler.
So what time are we talking?
It's early, man. I'm playing at like 9:30.
No rain, but very cold and very cloudy. No sun whatsoever tomorrow, but no rain.
You know what that means? Irish cream tomorrow, bro. I'm going to do it.
Love that.
Some Irish coffee. Maybe I'll kick my diabetes in with some Irish hot chocolate. If I miss like an early putt. Really ramp things up. I just got a text here from my oldest daughter who moved to Paris. She got her first shift tonight. I guess it's like an Irish-Scottish bar.
So does she text you, or is it on like did you have to download like WhatsApp?
No,
okay, so she could text.
Yeah, she's got a new number. See, it goes plus.
Oh.
And then it goes it's almost like a social security number instead of a telephone number. It's 2 numbers, 1, 2 numbers, 2 numbers, 2 numbers, 2 numbers. And, it's 6 hours in front of us there in Paris. So she said it went really well. It was her first shift. And, I asked her what drinks she was making. She said she mainly poured beer, but she made some Moscow Mules, tequila sunrises, Jaeger bombs, and lots of tequila shots. So
classics. Nothing too crazy.
The Moscow Mule. Now, that's the one that's served in the copper glass, right?
Exactly.
It's got it's a combination of vodka and beer, like an IPA or ginger beer or something.
Ginger beer, yeah. Not my favorite.
Now.
Very, limey.
I don't think I've ever done a radio show where I've asked so much out of our listeners. I mean, is there a more listener-friendly and the intuition that goes back and forth between JJ and I and you? You are so damn involved in this program. It's just amazing. But let me know, is she playing me here or not? Because I need to find this out. You know how I feel about it. And I've said forever, I went to London every year with the Jags. London's awful. I never want to go to London again. I'm not thrilled that my daughter's in Paris. I don't want to go to Paris. I just don't want to do it. But now that she's a bartender, that could change things a little bit. But she just said this. Where the heck is it? I reminded her that number one, I'm a professional drinker, which is under the category of being an outstanding parent. I also said that, I've noticed that the bar service isn't what it once was. Attention to your customers and a smile will really help you as far as tips. I said, remember, I was a bartender once for 4 years in Tallahassee. As a matter of fact, that's how I met your mom. She responds to me and says, most definitely. Yeah, I've been very friendly and engaging in conversations. The culture is different here, though.
I don't think they tip.
It's not super common, maybe a euro or two. So I'm like, really? They don't tip? And she's like, no. So is this true?
Yes.
Or is she
she wants more money from Pops.
Is she providing a little bit of gamemanship here to have me be like, what?
In the future,
they don't tip?
Yeah, she might
In other
be like,
words,
hey, send me a couple $100.
Dad, you need to send a couple $100. I'd gladly send a couple $100. So what do you think? Am I getting played here or is this legit?
No, that's real. That's a very European thing. Tipping is, I'm assuming, though, like if you're a bartender here, you don't even make minimum wage. Like your hourly is probably way low, probably like $5-6. Same with waiters. They don't make as much hourly. They make it all on tips. Over there, I'm hoping that she gets paid pretty well hourly to cover that. But, yeah, that's not part of the culture, man. I wish – why can't we have that?
That's awful.
That sounds awesome. Oh, my God, everybody asks for tips here.
That is awful.
You'll go to a Zaxby's or like a place where you just walk up to the desk or the counter and they'll have a tip jar. Like, no.
Well, yeah, and if you –
not Zaxby's, but just a place like that where you walk to the counter and it's like, dude, no.
Oh, yeah, you do regular – you walk into the place, order a sandwich.
Go get it yourself.
Give it your card. Then all of a sudden they turn around. It's like 15, 18, 20% other. And I always tip. I mean, I do.
I'm a great
always
tipper
been a good tipper,
at places where I'm supposed to tip.
But how poor is that with the culture that you don't even – where else do you not tip? All right, so apparently you don't there.
I'm assuming it's in most everywhere besides America, dude, honestly. Like, I know for a fact my wife, excuse me, oh, my God.
You already have a girlfriend? Is your wife aware of this?
My wife is half Colombian. So, her family, when they come over here, dude, we were at a restaurant, and our bill was $90, and they put down a $5. And I was like, nope. I was like, I'll handle the rest, like, because we have to come back here. But, like, that to them is, and there was 3 of them. That to them was like, all right, it's decent. And they're obviously from Colombia. They don't speak any English. But, like, I think that's just common everywhere besides here.
So it's basically just here then.
Yeah.
I guess I thought I knew.
I could be wrong about that. Could be more Western places like Australia out there. But I know for a fact South America does not play that, neither does Europe. Yeah, we're getting texts. They don't tip in Europe.
Okay. When I outside of London, where I went every year, I mean, typically when I leave the country, I go tropical, and a lot of times I'm in those resorts or.
Oh, they take tips down there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's no question.
Yes,
there's no doubt. My buddy Adam Pearsall is still on a high after Michigan won the national title. He's one of our clients here with Premier Home and Finance. Just going nuts here on Michigan, and had some interesting words on the Jags as well. He wants me to bring up the Red Wings as well. No, I'm not bringing up the Red Wings. 2 of the original 6. The Bruins really struggled out on the road. I didn't even watch the game last night, losing in Vegas against Bruce Cassidy. My divorce. I'm looking for a divorce song.
Oh, we got a couple on the text.
What do you have? I divorced the Boston Bruins.
One that we can't play, but the radio-edited version is Forget You. But you can, use common sense to realize what song he's talking about. By CeeLo Green. You remember that one?
No.
F-U-N. Best divorce song ever, AC/DC, If You Want Blood. Oh, If You Want Blood, You Got It.
Okay.
I've never heard that one.
Not Not familiar with that one. Not even close to being familiar
Jay
with that one.
Giles, Love Stinks.
Yeah, but that's pop. That's not even a good Jay Giles song. I remember working with Cole Pepper in the 90s at the bar. He's like, Jay Giles only has 2 good songs. I'm like, Cole Pepper, guess what? I love you, bro, but I'll never ask you for your musical opinion again if you think Jay Giles has only 2 good songs. Yeah, Love Stinks and Centerfold.
The worst ones. So people talking about Asia. In Japan, it's disrespectful to tip. My wife has...
It's disrespectful to tip.
Other guy says, my wife has friends in South Korea, and they tell her that they do not tip there. So it's everywhere, dude. I mean, it makes sense if you walk into a place and it says that the meal is $15 for you to be able to pay $15. Only here are we like, well, it's you should probably give 20% of that as well on top of it. And if you had good service, you should probably give even more.
The late G.G. Allen's got to have a song, right? Are you familiar with him?
Of course I am. A name I haven't heard in a long, long time.
He's got to have something about a breakup.
If you guys aren't familiar, he was the one, he would like cut himself on stage and be like bleeding profusely.
Well, he'd defecate on stage and throw feces at people.
Yeah.
I mean, he hated everyone. And it was...
Is he still alive?
No. He
93 he died.
He overdosed.
Makes sense.
It was a heroin overdose. The documentary on G.G. Allen is very underrated. And if you've seen what, like, his family, it's actually so gross I'm not going to mention it on radio. It's not. It's what they do now to keep making money and how they go about it. It's beyond gross. And I'm not even going to say it here.
Did you know his birth name? Jesus Christ Allen.
Yeah. Oh, he comes from a messed up family. He really does. But I mean, this guy was. You can basically find where you can say something nice about everyone. Maybe it's difficult, but there's something there nice that you can say. You can't about G.G. Allen.
No.
But man, I would have loved to have seen one of his shows.
Absolutely.
I didn't need to be in the front row, but it would have been cool to see one of his shows, kind of leaning up against the bar, because he only played clubs and stuff like that. He wasn't
selling out Daly's place.
No, it was certainly an underground. Yeah, he couldn't sell out Daly's place, but he could sell out like Dos Gatos
like
across
Pete's
the street
or something.
Yeah, that would be it for him. A bar crowd, a bar band. But yeah, the documentary. There's a couple. There's one that really is live footage, and then what his family has done after. The part with the family is bizarre. All right, let's get back to sports. Let's do that. The latest on the Jaguars. The latest on Kalen DeBoer. Kalen DeBoer is 104-12 in his career. 104-12. Guys, with Sioux Falls, he was 67-3. At Fresno State, he went 12-6. And with the Washington Huskies, man, he went 25-3. He's 104-12. It's just incredible. He's actually a little bit older than I thought he was. I thought he was in his very early 40s. He's not. He's 49, which is really young as a head coach. I mean, that's not a concern. He could be in Bama for the next 20-plus years. But he was born in South Dakota. He played football in South Dakota at Sioux Falls. You look at his coaching career, man, he's never been anywhere close to here. He was in Carbondale at Southern Illinois. He went from Sioux Falls to a Washington high school, back to Sioux Falls. Southern Illinois is an offensive coordinator. Eastern Michigan is an offensive coordinator. Fresno State as an offensive coordinator. Indiana in 2019 is an offensive coordinator. And then, became the head coach at Fresno State for 2 years and at Washington for 2 years. He has never been anywhere near the Southeastern Conference. Does it matter? I don't know the answer to that. I think the biggest problem here is he's the guy who replaced the guy. And that is problematic. It always has been. The guy who replaces the guy. And, you look at Bama, you look at Post-Bear Bryant. Okay, Gene Stallings did a real nice job, won a national title. Look what happened after Gene Stallings. The Mike DeBose debacle. Mike Price rolling around with, strippers and prostitutes in Pensacola. Dennis Franchione, Mike Shula. They didn't catch lightning in a bottle. Every organization goes through this. Every university goes through this. There's a downtime with every school. It's not too often to hit home run, right? For every Steve Spurrier, there's a Ron Zook. For every Urban Meyer, there's a Will Muschamp and a McElwain. Florida State's been on a nice roll here. Bobby Bowden and Jimbo Fisher. Willie Taggart. Now you keep Mike Norvell, which is just incredible for Florida State fans. But it's very uncommon. Look at Georgia. Look at all those years with Jim Donnan and I'm trying to think who else. I can't even think of the Saturday. The name is escaping me right now. Former head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs, but and then Mark Richt came. Now this is a pretty good one. I'll give you that. Mark Richt to Kirby Smart was absolutely about as good as you could ask. I mean, Mark Richt won about 10 games every year, right? Mark Richt did not win a national championship, but neither did Georgia. I mean, Georgia went 40 years without winning a national title. We do forget about that. Yes, right now they are absolutely on top. Okay, but they went half a century of being irrelevant if around here you measure success on championships. All right, let's come back. We got much more to do. 641-1010, best way to join us right here on Into the Night.
The Gators are here.
Got it to beat the Buzzards.
Florida basketball.
Chop this one up for the Gators.
Hear the Florida Gators all season on 1010XL, Jacksonville's Gators station.
Unleash automotive excellence at Osteen Volkswagen of Jacksonville. Osteen Volkswagen is not just about cars, it's 27 years of family-owned operation and community. Visit Osteen Volkswagen today on Phillips Highway and at osteenvw.com.
Ballou for Shinatri Chiropractic. They've helped me get rid of my headaches and pain in my neck and back. Are you suffering from an auto accident? What about TMJ pain? Headaches associated with jaw clenching, grinding of the teeth, or stress-related disorders? Shinatri Chiropractic has a physical therapist on staff for rehabilitation, quality chiropractic care, dry needling, massage, and acupuncture. Call 743-6700 or go to shinatridc.com.
January is always about new year, new me. But this year, instead of wasting money on workout equipment that will eventually be holding up clothes more than shedding fat, or a gym membership card that gets pulled out of your wallet less than your driver's license, why not update that crusty kitchen sink faucet? Or maybe even splurge on a new throne for the bathroom? At Duck Duck Rooter, we are here to transform hapless New Year's resolutions into tangible plumbing upgrades to start the year off right. Contact them today. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Superior Fence and Rail knows about exceptional customer service. From the first call to the final inspection, Superior's team provides first-class care with great communication, friendly installers, and quality fence products. There's a reason why Superior is the top-rated fence company in Jacksonville. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your new fence today.
When you're on the fence about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
I'm Hayes Carline. I'm always going to have opinions, but sometimes I've got to get the hammer out. Listen to Hammer Time, weekdays on The Frangie Show on 1010XL. Brought to you by Golden Hammer Roofing and Gutters, the golden standard in roofing.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and $2.95.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
It looks like your luggage is over 50 pounds. Is there anything you can take out?
Oh, yeah. Let me just toss all these $20 bills.
Great. Let me grab you a trash can.
Stop. Instead of throwing money away, move some clothes into a carry-on. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
This is your Mad Dad's Update with Chapter President Donald Ford. Mad Dad's is asking for good, committed men who want to be part of an organization that has been around for 17 years. We are a group that is part of the solution, not the problem. We are a group that don't stand around murmuring and complaining, but get into action and hit the streets to get the community to break the code of silence to remove the murderers off our streets. We do not require a lot of time, just willing and able bodies to get involved. We've had far too many murders this year already not to get involved. If you want to be part of this great organization, call 904-718-1649. We're looking for men, not men acting like boys. Hit me on Facebook and tell me what you think. For information about Mad Dad, go to Mad Dad's Jacksonville Chapter Facebook or MadDad'sJacksonville.com.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey for Awaken 180 Weight Loss. When researching any product or service, we want to know what other customers had to say about it. Were they happy? Did they receive the results promised? What if that company had a customer satisfaction score of 98%? I don't know about you, but for me, I'm in. Let's say you're searching weight loss programs. I'm sure you'd be satisfied with a company that had a 75 or 80% success ratio because, well, it's weight loss. Anything higher than 80% would be a shocker. Well, Awaken 180 clients give them a score of 98%, and we're not talking about 10 or 20 people. Awaken 180 has helped me and over 21,000 other clients achieve what no other diet, workout plan, or injection has been able to do before. 9 years, 21,000 clients, and over 700,000 pounds lost with the solution for weight loss. Do what Matt Hayes and I did. Succeed with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or reserve your consultation at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey folks, Hicken here. Now that your kids and grandkids have gone home and the decorations are coming down, I bet you can see it's time to get those carpets and sofas cleaned. I'm telling you, give Zero Res a try if you haven't already. They clean the carpet, the sofa, the chairs, the area rugs, and even the tile and grout. Google them. More than 5,000 five-star customer reviews. And right now, 20% off carpet cleanings, 20% off upholstery. Zero Res. You spell it forwards, you spell it backwards. Zero Res is the right way to clean.
Zero Res. 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, just got a good one here. The 4751 just said, hey, Rick, any chance that you can line up Luke Fortner with Cam Robinson's doctor during the offseason? Very, very funny. Gotta say. Very, very funny. Getting a lot of feedback here on Snatch. Apparently that is a very good movie that I'm just.
Earlier we were talking about English shows / movies that Rick needs to check out. People love Peaky Blinders. Everybody was texting about that one. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I haven't seen it. Again, I get
That's a show.
Yeah, I get blown out with that accent.
Yeah, Snatch is one of those, if you're not paying exact attention, you're not very good with British accents, you got to put on closed captions for that one. But it's worth it. Love that movie, man. Jason Statham, early Jason Statham. Okay. But it's a Guy Ritchie movie.
Oh, that was a Brad Pitt movie. Is he in it?
Guy Ritchie is the director.
Oh.
Yeah, Brad Pitt is it. Brad Pitt plays a gypsy boxer.
Really?
And he's awesome in it. Yeah, dude.
Don't tell me he takes his shirt off. If so, I'm going straight home tonight and watching it.
Of course he does.
All right, I'll be home
He looks fantastic.
I'll be home by 8:30, and that's going straight on. accent. Yeah, I was told 32 years ago when I was trying to get into this, you'll never be able to do radio down here because of your Boston accent. I changed it. My Boston accent only comes out when I'm drinking heavily, which I really need to do tonight after the Mike Norvell news. I mean, how spectacular is this? How about Jimmy Sexton? The amount of money he made for Mike Norvell, Dan Lanning, and Steve Sarkisian, and then on top of that, he's a Nick Saban guy who retires and then brings in Kalen DeBoer. So he was responsible for 5 coaches, and he got them all paid. And it's kind of brilliant the way that he works, because I'm sure rivals, I'm sure right now at Auburn, and I'm sure right now in other SEC schools are going to say, well, yeah, Kalen DeBoer is coming, but he's really their third choice. They wanted Dan Lanning. They wanted Mike Norvell, right? That's always part of the recruiting game. You weren't the first choice. You don't know that. I don't know that. Kalen DeBoer could have been the first choice anyway. Happened with Norvell. A lot of people were saying Bob Stoops, Mark Stoops, James Franklin. You never know how that does take place.
Remember the Bob Stoops buzz?
Oh. My good buddy J.P. Peterson over in Tampa was all over that. I mean, just swore by it, that it was going to happen.
Remember, what was his name? Florida State iDoc?
Yeah, where's he
Twitter.
gone?
I don't know, but he was like super famous a few years ago because he was pretty popular on FSU Twitter, but he was like adamant that I know Bob Stoops or I have sources and it's happening. Like, this is 100,000% happening.
Talk about the comings and the goings.
FSU iDoc.
There's a guy I haven't seen on Twitter in years.
Yeah.
I don't block
it. Disappeared after that.
Yeah, I don't block anyone. I'm a skill guy. Don't ask me to block. I don't block. If you want to rip me, fine. I've muted. I'll mute here and there if it's like, but it's subject related. It's only for a period of time if I just become annoyed. But I want to say that the FSU iDoc, he dated previously Jimbo Fisher's current wife, his second wife, his new wife. And the only reason why I know that is he absolutely told everyone on Twitter whenever he had a chance.
So it looks like he lost his Twitter or whatever.
Oh.
Because he has a new one started in August of this year. And his, you know how like you can write a little headline about yourself? He goes, "My 15 minutes of fame is up."
Well, at least he admits it.
Yeah, I love that. But he's still tweeting about FSU stuff.
Okay.
Give him a follow.
Yeah, this whole process of trying to find out where coaches are just crazy. I mean, look at the situation here with Alabama. You had a television, a sports television host reporter 2 nights ago who apparently worked in Alabama come right out from somewhere in Eugene. And let's be honest about this. If you have a job in Eugene, Oregon, your goal is to get out of Eugene, Oregon, right? He comes out and says, yeah, I've just heard that he's on his way. He's in Tuscaloosa, on his way to Tuscaloosa, yada, yada, goes on the news with it. And then it gets proven that was totally incorrect. I had a buddy today. I know I asked you about this a few weeks ago. Are message boards still relevant? I've always been under the impression that they're really not because of social media, because of Twitter.
But they're still around.
And what have you. You told me about Reddit and some stuff. I haven't done message boards for a very long period of time. But
they only exist in the college football world.
Okay. Yeah, they really don't work in the pro world, do they?
No.
Okay. But someone sent me, a buddy of mine sent me something this, late morning. And
I was a Georgia guy, right?
I was telling him, I was like, don't worry about the Norvell stuff. We said it last. I go, he's staying. Again, I was told by people that I trust, including our buddy Big Game James Coleman and some other former players, that he's staying. And he sends me this off a message board that says Mike Norvell has been in Jacksonville and he's meeting with Alabama authorities today in Jacksonville.
Well, he is in Jacksonville.
I know that.
But
recruiting.
He's recruiting, yes. I saw that in the ESPN article. I thought you were referring to, I saw on a Georgia message board like months back that someone had called the shot about Nick Saban leaving.
Oh, really?
But then when you watch the Reese Davis interview, it's like he didn't decide until like 5 minutes before he decided. So how could anybody have known? I mean, there was a decision that was going to be made at the end of the season. I guess everybody knew that, or some people knew that. But he was like, yeah, it was like 4:55. I had a team meeting at 5, and I was like, okay, I have to make a decision right now.
Yeah.
So he was still pretty undecided.
Yeah, fascinating, this whole pursuit. And the most untold story of the day is Jared Mayo going to the New England Patriots. Promoted as a linebacker coach. It was thought of to be a two-team race there, or a two-person race there with Jared Mayo and obviously Mike Vrabel. Vrabel didn't even interview. They went directly to Jared Mayo. So one of the coaching vacancies out of the 8 that are available has been filled. The Patriots, it is Jared Mayo replacing Bill Belichick.
This is our house. Yes, sir. Our house. Let's get it rocking and rolling. Our house. Hey, this is our house. This is where we live.
1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
Ballou here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
This is head coach Matthew Driscoll from the UNF men's basketball team. When our players suffer an orthopedic injury, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists gets our players back on the court pain-free.
We appreciate the endorsements from our high school and college coaches. This is Dr. Kevin Murphy. The next time you need orthopedic care, you can rely on our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Denny Thompson here. Tackle burglars and protect your turf. Give yourself peace of mind catching everything around your home with Tyson Sound & Security's cutting-edge surveillance cameras. For safety and convenience, Tyson has you covered for all home cameras and security systems. I'm talking HD recording, night vision, and remote alerts all from your phone or computer. Call Tyson Sound & Security right now at 904-762-1000. Tyson Sound & Security. Security and automation experts.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
Dr. Kevin Murphy, spotlighting the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Isabella Lachinova, senior swimmer, soccer, volleyball, and softball player at Terry Parker High. Isabella is a member of the English and National Honor Societies.
The Jacksonville Icemen are back at home this Friday and Saturday for Lizard Kings weekend. That's right, the Icemen will throw it back to the 90s to pay tribute to the Lizard Kings by wearing special themed jerseys. Come out and relive your days from the Reptilian Pavilion, Friday and Saturday at 7 at 5-Star Veterans Memorial Arena. Get tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Icemen hockey is #FireWithin.
No dental insurance? No problem. Introducing the Care Plus program from the dental offices of Dr. James McCall. For only $625 per year, you will receive 2 cleanings and dental exams, a full set of x-rays, plus 1 emergency dental exam and x-ray. You'll also receive a 20% discount on all other services offered. Kids 12 and under will receive the same program for only $525. Call Dr. McCall today at 620-9225.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and this month I want to talk to you about welcoming the winds of change in your life. But so often, when we see the winds of change coming our way, our immediate response is to fight it. Friends, when you see things in your life changing, when the winds of change are coming your way, Don't fight it, but embrace it. Recognize that God is stirring you up so that you too can soar like an eagle.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Visionaries, builders, and doers. Are you ready to change the world? Miller Electric is your opportunity to shape the future. Miller Electric is leading the charge in electric vehicle technology with our state-of-the-art EV Innovation Design Center. We're working to create a sustainable future. We're also the proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars, powering their performance at the brand new Miller Electric Center. Miller Electric, we provide competitive pay, unbeatable benefits. Apply today. MillerCareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the Otterson Wealth Advisors Risk-Reward Picks of the Week. Otterson Wealth Advisors. Your goals, our expertise.
All right, Wild Card Weekend. 6 big games, including 2 tomorrow. Gotta love it. Absolutely do. Season totals, Ballou 112 and 68, JJ 97 and 83. After a bad week for us both, I went 6 and 4. JJ went 5 and 5. Cleveland and Houston.
Oh, I went 6 and 4. You went 5 and 5.
You sure?
I think I took Arizona. You took Seattle. Besides that, I think we took everyone exactly the same. It doesn't matter. I'm so far back.
Got documentation. Hold on. I've got proof. I
could be
everything. Maybe I counted wrong. I kind of swear we both had Washington. That's a loss. We both had Pittsburgh a win. We both had Houston a win. We both had the Patriots a loss. We both had Chicago a loss. We both had Buffalo a win. We both had the Saints a win. You had.
Did Arizona or Seattle win?
Seattle won.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. So I was one up on you.
All right.
Both
That's
had
my
the
bad. For some reason, I was like, okay, well, he got fired, so that, 21-20.
No. Wow. Cleveland at Houston. I'll go first, so I'll give you an opportunity to go against me and pick up a game. This is a really hard game for me to handicap.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take Houston here. It just feels like they're on the up. And I know Cleveland has really become one of the great stories here in the latter part of the season, but I'm going to take the Texans.
I agree. I like the quarterback better. They're at home. I'm going to go with the Texans.
I'm going to take Kansas City tomorrow night against Miami.
Yeah, I like Kansas City to win, but the 4.5, I would probably take Miami to cover that.
Well, be an interesting game. Should be a lot of fun. Is that the one that you got to stream to get? What's the one
yes,
that people
it's on Peacock at 8 o'clock. I'm assuming you can go to a bar and it'll be there, but if you're at home, you can't watch it on network television.
There's going to be a lot of people that
don't realize that.
Yeah, have been disconnected and going through their normal life.
Work week.
And especially, let's say you're a bothered Jaguars fan, you maybe shut things down this week, then all of a sudden you get ready and you're going to watch this first game, you get ready for game number 2, and all of a sudden you're going to look for it and be like,
you're like, oh,
where the hell's
Deal
the game?
or No Deal is on NBC right now.
Pittsburgh at Buffalo. I'm going to stay with the home team here. I'll take the Bills.
Bills big. I like the Bills to cover. This would be my bet of the week.
See, beginning at 10 o'clock tonight, you can make $20 an hour to show up at the stadium and begin shoveling. They're doing that in Buffalo. So they're going to provide food and hot chocolate and coffee and breaks per hour. But apparently they are expecting just a ton of bad weather and a ton of snow in Buffalo. So they've met 3 times before, divisional round back in 74, 93, and 96. So really not as much of a rivalry as I thought could be the case. Obviously, when you get to Green Bay at Dallas, it's all about Mike McCarthy. won a Super Bowl in Green Bay. Dallas hasn't won a Super Bowl in forever, and there's some feeling if they don't win this game, he could be fired as the coach. I think they do win that game on Sunday. I like the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think they win, and like you said, if they lose, I think he's gone, but I'm going with the Cowboys.
I'm going to take a road team here. I'm going to take the Rams to upset the Lions.
I like that pick. I think this is going to be the most fun game of the weekend, potentially, but I like the Rams at home. I'm just going to go with the home team.
Battle of two former number one picks and the return of Matthew Stafford. And obviously in Detroit, you have Jared Goff.
Guys who were traded for each other.
Yeah,
you
Eagles.
Don't see that very often.
No, you don't. Eagles and Bucks. Everything about this says Philly. It is one of those deals where, not one of these games that I've mentioned do I really care. I know that's hard. I think when you watch a game, either your head or your heart takes you to a team. It's hard to watch a game and not care. I actually, believe it or not, have that ability somewhat, and especially today with is fantasy still going on now during the playoffs, or is
people do like daily fantasy, so
Okay.
yeah, not the same, but yes.
But certainly betting, that'll affect you,
Of course.
no doubt, but I don't do that as well, so this is a game where I'll find myself rooting for Tampa Bay. I just don't like Philly, but my head is saying Philly's going to win this game, so I'm going to take a road team there as well.
Yeah, and this game brings me back to middle school when Dungy or Gruden played Andy Reid in the NFC title game or the playoffs every year. The Eagles and the Bucks played every single year in the playoffs, and it was awesome. I don't think that this game's going to be up there with that, but I'm looking forward to just seeing those two colors out on the field during a playoff game. I'm rolling with the Eagles.
There you have it. We both like Houston at home against Cleveland, Kansas City at home against Miami, Buffalo at home against Pittsburgh, Dallas at home against Green Bay. Then the last two games, I'm going to take the road team Los Angeles. JJ will take Detroit at home. We're both taking Philadelphia in Tampa. Season numbers 112 and 68 for Ballou, 97 and 83 for JJ. And this Philadelphia-Tampa game, Philadelphia is very reminiscent of Jacksonville. Philadelphia began the year 10-1. Jags started 8-3. Philadelphia is 1-5 in their last 6. And Tampa began 4-7, and they're 5-1 in their last 6. I want to say the only game they lost was that game in Atlanta, right? They played some pretty good football here down the stretch. So road teams last year won 2 games, 4-2 for the home team in the wild card round in 2023, January of 2023. We'll see what happens with the wild card teams here in the wild card round of 2024. Let me remind you, a great deal this weekend is certainly Sunday at the Blue Crab House, okay? $2.50 Bloody Marys, $2.50 mimosas. Doors open at high noon on Sunday, and that is good until 12. Of course, they're open tonight as well until 9 o'clock, but on Sunday, $2.50 Bloody Marys, $2.50 mimosas at the Blue Crab House.
Now, today's takeaways, brought to you by Key Buick GMC, where our family dealership has been helping families buy vehicles for over 50 years.
Well, and I love my truck. I do. It's a GMC Sierra right there from Key, the GF as well, and her Buick Enclave. We got them both right there at Key Buick GMC. It's across the street from Tinseltown, Southside, and Gate. They'll be open tomorrow. Go by and say hello to them. And the lot is full, okay? Brand new 24s, brand new 23s that are still available. Plenty of other vehicles as well to fit any budget. Incredible incentives, used vehicles. So go on by and say hello. As always, when you purchase a brand new vehicle from Key, it comes with the lifetime powertrain warranty. Today, it's all about Mike Norvell and Florida State. It has been absolutely brutal on FSU fans, really since the injury to Jordan Travis. But I get it. They went on and won, knocked off Florida and knocked off Louisville. But whether it was 5-star flips, and Norvell still ended up with the best recruiting class that he's had in his career at Florida State. And then obviously the bowl game and the NCAA news that rolled in yesterday. It's just been one thing after another. I'm very happy that Florida State fans know that they can enjoy their Friday night and they can enjoy their weekend, that your coach has stayed on. He is signed. Obviously, most of you are aware of that. It's an 8-year contract extension for Mike Norvell, somewhere in the neighborhood of $80 million. So Mike Norvell staying at Florida State. His agent, Jimmy Sexton, did what he does best. That is, he got his man paid.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Tire Outlet. Tire Outlet is now hiring. Visit TireOutlet.com/careers. Equal opportunity employer.
You got a whole bunch of different Best Dad Mickey Mouse shirts, different colors, different. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we got like 3 or 4 of them. That was kind of the thing this year, the Christmas theme, if you will, from Forrest and Heidi. So, hey, man.
And Forrest picked it out online, too.
He picked this one out and the gray one out. He picked 2 of them out online.
Which is, he's a wonderful shopper. So instead of getting it there at Disney, will cost 10 times the amount of money, he's like, no. Mom, let's go to the computer. Let's find the best shirts for Dad.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it progresses with him because he's either going to love Disney or he's going to hate it in about 3 years, and there's not going to be really in between because he's been so many times already. So we're curious to see what path he goes down once he turns, 7, 8 years old.
From experience, because my daughters are older than your son, I think what could happen is you go from Disney to Universal.
I think Universal, SeaWorld, he's starting to like SeaWorld. And he's starting to get into roller coasters. He's 40 inches tall now, which is a big mark because now he can ride Tower of Terror.
Oh, cool.
And he can ride Thunder Mountain. And, you put a 4-year-old on Tower of Terror, I was a lot more nervous than he was, but he loved it. So, yeah, I think Universal, Busch Gardens, those are pretty soon down the pipeline here.
I always liked Universal more than Disney because of that Irish bar in the middle of Universal.
Ah, yes.
Right by the, was it the tornado ride or the earthquake ride or whatever one it was, but it was right there. I can't remember the name.
I haven't been to Universal in forever. I remember the bar you're talking about. I worked at Nickelodeon for 2 summers before I started in radio when I was 16 and 17 years old. And, in fact, if I didn't get into this line of work, that's probably the direction I would have gone. I loved Universal back in the day because I got in for free when I worked for Nickelodeon. It was great.
It's a pretty good Irish bar, too. They'd have live entertainment. Usually one guy up there playing a guitar, singing Irish song. Again, I can't remember the name, but it's right there smack dab in the middle of it. Halftime, Jacksonville up by 3 over North Florida, 36-33. That is JU in the River City Rumble during halftime. What do you got coming up tonight?
Yeah, obviously we're going to talk a lot about Florida State. And look, I'm telling, I got Gator buddies that are upset about it. Some are laughing. I think it's a great move for Florida State. Mike Norvell's done a great job. But the irony is you rewind the clock back 17 months to August of 2022. And if I were to tell you, Rick Ballou, that Mike Norvell at that point is going to get an 8-year, $80 million extension, you would have laughed in my face, as would everybody listening right now. And I'm going to correlate that to Billy Napier. I don't think 17 months from now, Billy Napier is going to sign an 8-year, $80 million deal. But you certainly would have said the same exact thing about Mike Norvell.
Yeah, and right or wrong, I'll never walk back what I've previously stated. And I couldn't have been more down on him after beginning the year, losing 4 in a row and losing to Jacksonville State. Then they gave him the contract before the start of a year ago, and I was like, why? Mm-hmm. Where's the rush here? Because during that 3-game losing streak during the 2022 season, I had people asking me what his contract buyout was. And again, that's what's great about fans, is that they'll never admit it. But so many of them out there listening privately to themselves are saying, yeah, I wanted Norvell out after they didn't play prevent defense against Jacksonville State. But that's the way fans are. I mean, you followed on Twitter Sunday during the Jaguars game, from that opening drive on when they settled for 3, just the way the fans went nuts. Fire Peterson, fire Press, Trevor's not it, Caldwell's got to go. That's the way things are today, but fans forget and forgive real quickly. Billy Napier comes out and beats Miami on opening day. Those fans will forget immediately if he wins football games.
That's exactly right. I mean, people dressed in clown costumes 2 years ago to protest, I guess, Trent Baalke, and then all of a sudden Baalke did a great job when they were in the playoffs last year, and now Baalke's terrible again. So it's what's great about being a fan. It's what makes sports what it is.
All right, have a lot of fun tonight.
Thanks, Rick.
That's Hack. He's coming up right now. That's going to do it for us, folks. I don't check the text line now that the show is over. It is brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. If you want to get me over the weekend, I'm always available on Twitter or X, right? You can get me Ballou1010XL. Thank you to the Philly Rooster for joining us on this Friday. Our producer is JJ LaSelva. My name is Rick Ballou. Have a safe weekend. I will talk with you next Monday at 6 o'clock right here on your home of the Jaguars.
This is Mark Brunell.
This is Steve Smith from the New York Giants.
This is Rocky Blyer, former Pittsburgh Steeler and 4-time Super Bowl champion.
You're listening to 1010XL.
1010XL.
92.5 FM.
Elevate your driving experience with